Hi, everybody. How you doing? All right, somebody can start.
I'll go ahead and start.
Yes.
Hi, welcome to LA. I would love to know what your first impressions of the Intuit Dome are.
Looks really awesome from the outside. I haven't toured around much. I went into my office, started watching some game film. Really nice office there as well. So I'll maybe after the game I'll give you a little more when I get a look around a little bit. Yeah. Looks great though. Hey, Ramona, how are you?
Good, Hartford.
Good.
What's Paul do for your team, just being back?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he gave us one game, right? Gave us just a little bit more versatility defensively, right? He is 6'9" and can kind of cover multiple things. Just gave us a little size, I think, with some of those guys. Let us get into a little bit of a three-man wing rotation instead of two, right? Certainly settled us down a bit at the offensive end. It creates spacing, creates offense for others. Gave us a decent feel at both ends when Tyrese was out as well. So that gave us, again, a little bit more stability there. But it gives us a lot, putting one really good player in there who played really well, didn't shoot it well, but played really well in there, obviously boosts your team.
Coach, to your left, when you get a free agent like Paul George, obviously you know what he's capable of, you scouted him, but when you actually have him, do you go back and watch film of what works, and then do you try to figure out, okay, has he ever played with a dominant big like Embiid, and how can that work with us? And then what was your dialogue like with him leading up to the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's one of those guys that you can and do have to use in just about every way you can. He can handle in a pick and roll, he can set in a pick and roll, he can come off pin downs, he can post, he can play one-on-one. So you just give him, a pretty wide or a pretty large type package with doing all of those things, just because you never know kind of what matchups look like, what it is night to night you may be in. Whatever. I think probably the only maybe interesting thing I saw was I went way back to Indiana and how they used to use him kind of on the mid post a lot, and he really operated there well, which that probably was something I hadn't thought of, but I was just kicking around watching film this summer and kind of noticed that. So hopefully we can get to some of that stuff again. Just gives him another thing on his menu of things we can do.
It's early, but in what ways have you seen Tyrese grow so far, not just with his production, but managing some of these early season adversities?
Well, it hasn't been that easy for him this year, right? I think, again, with he's had some good games, obviously, and he's playing well, but it's the influx of new players and being without both Joel and PG, it's put a lot on him, from having to carry a big scoring load to trying to organize new guys, to we continue to push him to play better defense. Like we made some real strides with him last year on that, but kind of just a lot, playing 41 minutes a night, a lot on his plate. So it hasn't been that easy, understandably. Again, he looked a lot more comfortable just one game back with Paul, just to have some idea, like, okay, there's a guy that I can call stuff for. There's a guy I can go to. There's a guy that can bring it up for us, sometimes, so I can get off the ball, and a guy that will also create offense for him, right? So I think Tyrese will settle in here. I mean, he hasn't shot the ball very well for him. I think that stuff will smooth out for him, and he's gotten some good looks. But I just keep telling him to keep firing, no matter what's going on. He was, I don't know what he was, seriously, but he was something like 2 for 16 at one point in Indiana, and then he ended up with 38 in the second half. I remember distinctly go up there and say, dude, keep shooting the ball, right? Keep shooting the ball. And he finally got untracked, and he had a good game the other night as well.
Coach, what did you see in, when you look at film,
Mm-hmm.
hindsight